Here in Kitchen Prime, thank you for staying with us. Let's bring you to Nairobi now. Traders operating near Sarit Centre in Nairobi's Westlands area woke up to a rude shock early Thursday, excuse me, after finding their business premises flattened by bulldozers. The traders, who included curio shop owners, are now counting losses emanating from the demolition exercise meant to create room for road expansion in the area. And as our reporter Mark Namaswa reports, the demolition exercise has angered the traders.
Heavy security presence marked the beginning of the end of the Maasai Curio Market and popular makeshift eateries next to the Sarit roundabout in Nairobi's Westlands. A major demolition exercise was underway. Their mission here was to flatten all structures said to be on the road reserve.
Kuna wenzetu walikuwa hapa wametupigia masimu. Kama mimi nimeingia like 10 minutes ago. Nimepata kila kitu iko chini. Sijaokoa anything.
Not even affected traders could come any closer. Police cordoned off the zone as demolition squads backed by City County, Kenya Power and NYS personnel worked through metal, iron sheets and timber structures. While traders here admit they had received several notices to vacate and extensions, they contend that the market they're supposed to relocate to still stands incomplete.
We have been on this holding ground from the year 2008, trying to get livelihood and support our families. Unfortunately, the market that was being built has taken all these years, 11 years now.
Wakati moja hii soko ilikuwa inauzwa na City Council, na tukafanya kesi nao kwa miaka karibu miaka 20. Wakakubali na tukakubaliana nao ati watatujengea. Na vile hii soko ilipeanwa ni iko na history yake. History ya kutoka wakati wa Jomo Kenyatta.
Documents in the traders' possession indicate an initial request by the Ministry of Transport for more time to complete the new market to at least Friday, 27th April 2018. Then another by the traders citing a court order that granted them permission to retain their current spaces. A third memo by the County Chief Officer, Commerce and Tourism, to the urban planning counterpart indicates delays in completion of the market, pushing it to 30th May 2018, but the demolition seemingly caught some traders unawares.
Sasa kama mimi sikuwa nimetoa vitu zangu zote. Asubuhi kufika hapa napata wameanza kupomoa kila kitu. Sasa watuambii tunaenda wapi?
Hiko kitu inaendelea. Hii soko inataka kupatiwa watu wengine. Na kama ni soko, wangesema saa hii tuingie huko.
Popular affordable eating joints are among the casualties, their customers likely to feel the pinch. As we left, a number of traders stood about their wares at the Sarit roundabout, pondering their next move. Mark Namaswa, KTN News.
President Uhuru Kenyatta has directed Deputy Chief of Staff Wanyama Musiambo to head the task force for the crackdown on counterfeit goods and to report directly to him on progress in the execution of the assignment. Kenyatta issued the directive during a Kenya Private Sector Alliance roundtable at State House. It is estimated that government loses yearly revenues of up to 280 billion shillings to illicit trade and counterfeit goods. During the forum, KEPSA pledged to streamline the investment to President Uhuru Kenyatta's big four pillars of affordable housing, universal healthcare, industrialization and food security.
We commit to bring all 14 sector studies that we have begun and continue collaborative engagements. And we do request yet another meeting to discuss this. We believe if you give us our big four asks of competitiveness, fighting illicit trade, give us markets and a predictable and stable environment, we will be very well on our way to closing the gap and realizing the big four dream.
Today, what we've done, we've managed to train about 7,168 people who can actually do online jobs, meaning they can be able to code or do projects on behalf of global multinationals and also companies that post jobs online.
The 14-member advisory committee of the Building Bridges Initiative met today for familiarization ahead of the tough job of uniting Kenyans. A statement sent by the Joint Secretariat said the purpose of the meeting today was for the members to familiarize themselves with each other. ODM leader Raila Odinga attended the luncheon at a Nairobi hotel. The committee will steer the implementation of the 9-point agenda in the March 9th Uhuru Raila Truce. Led by Ambassadors Martin Kimathi and Paul Mwangi, the team is planning to hold a retreat to adopt a program that will allow them to articulate national issues appropriately. Great. Now, Turkana County, with a predominantly pastoralist community, has long been hard to reach for the ideal health services. HIV care is no exception. And as Dr. Mercy Korir, our medical correspondent, reports, prevention of mother-to-child transmission of the virus has been taken a notch higher by making diagnosis easier and faster.
The 4% prevalence rate of HIV in Turkana County could be accounted for by the fact that one, Turkana is on a transit zone. Its neighbors, Uganda to the west, South Sudan to the northwest, and Ethiopia to the north. Additionally, many NGOs and other organizations have development projects in the county. This means that many of the people working for these NGOs are not originally from the Turkana community. As a result, many women are at risk of contracting the virus, this putting their unborn children directly at risk of mother-to-child transmission of HIV. Let's call her Aspita, though that is not her real name. At 24 years old, she's a mother of 2. This is her youngest child. It was during this last pregnancy that she was diagnosed HIV positive.
Alikuwa na wasiwasi wakati alikuwa mjamzito, alikuwa anafikiria mtoto wake anaweza muambukiza. That's why alikuwa na wasiwasi kabisa wakati alipatikana kwa positive.
Living a few kilometers from Aspita's home is yet another young mother. We will call her Akiru, and that also is not her real name. She is 19 and was also diagnosed while pregnant with her second child. She had a lengthy chat with her husband who works out of town.
Naambia sio peke yako ndo wa kwanza. Labda kuna mahali tulipitia ama alipitia lakini hakujua. So fanya hivi. Tunataka tufanye huyu mtoto awe na malezi bora.
For many of the mothers with HIV-exposed infants, that is the main worry, the future of their babies.
If the virus is not detected early, within the first 1 year, 30% of them will have died. If at all we delay care and treatment within the next 2 years, 50% of all those HIV-exposed infants will die.
Early infant diagnosis of HIV means that mothers can be at ease knowing the status of their children.
Napeleka result Eldoret, ndio baada ya mwezi 2 ama 1 ndio kuja upate result. Hayo mwezi 6 sasa nikarudi, wakachukua mtoto dawa. Nilikuwa na hamu sana kujua hali ya mtoto.
HIV-exposed children are supposed to be tested at 6 weeks, 6 months, 1 year, and 18 months of age to determine their status.
For a long time, we were using the antibody antigen test, which when a child is born, he carries the maternal antibodies for 18 months. Mothers who are HIV positive and who bring forth HIV-exposed infants previously had to wait for 18 months for them to know whether this child truly has HIV or not.
Tulikuwa tunahangaika kabisa. Yaani tunastuka tunasema result imeenda huko. Itarudi lini sasa tuangalie tena result. Maybe sio mtoto na ameambukiza ama nini.
Nilikuwa na wasiwasi, nasema nitampata mtoto wangu ako naye ama kuna, yani nimeongoja nikakuja kila siku na uliza daktari ije kuja bado.
Infants are very sensitive and need to be put on treatment immediately, especially if they are HIV positive, because we know that even at the time they require the 6 to 8 weeks test, 10 to 15% of the infants will have died.
It is in this regard that this point-of-care diagnostic machine was installed in Lodwar County Referral Hospital. Mothers are informed of their child's HIV status within an hour.
When we used to send our samples to AMBAT, we used to analyze within a month. We only had to send less than 20 samples, and getting results was taking 3 months. But since we installed this POC in our facility, so the numbers now they are spanning up to 48 per month. all the clans, that is 100%, all the clans are getting their results within 1 day.
This is significant progress.
Yani ya leo inadhini kabisa, yani inatupa motisha. Ya hata tukeni tena tunatamani tena tupate mtoto mmoja tupime haraka za tuendelee.
Matokeo ya mtoto yamerudi, na kama vile tuliongea hapo mbeleni, mtoto akichukuliwa damu tunatarajia matokeo mara mbili. It's either iwe positive ama negative. Matokeo ni negative, inamaanisha mtoto ana virusi.
With this possibility of diagnosing their infants early, the women here can rest easy knowing that their children who are negative can continue to live negatively, and those that are found to be positive can continue on the right antiretroviral therapy. Dr. Masi Korir for KTN News from Lodwar County Referral Hospital.
A family in Homa Bay County is mourning the death of a 5-year-old kindergarten pupil at Nyachar Primary School who died Monday after the mud walls of their classroom collapsed following heavy rains and strong winds. The death has raised questions about the safety of mud-walled classes used by pupils in primary schools. The incident could have prompted health officials in Nandi County to order for the demolition of such structures in schools. Our reporter Kevin Ogutu takes a look at these school structures, which are easy to construct but whose safety is not assured.
Faces of grieving residents of Koyolo village in Rangwe constituency. They are trying to come to terms with the loss of a 5-year-old Scovian Achieng, a kindergarten pupil at Nyachar Primary School who died after a mud-walled class collapsed. The mother of the 5-year-old Scovian is still lost for words. The loss is just too heavy to bear for Linda Anyango. The young girl's grandmother, Rosalina Akinyi, is equally affected. She remembers the deceased vividly.
Hivyo, lakini alikuwa na mwili shahidi. Tena alikuwa na mtoto mzuri zaidi, alikuwa anapenda watu wote.
At Nyachar Primary School, learning is ongoing in various classrooms, but a few meters away from the concrete block is what housed the 2 kindergarten classes, classes 1 and 2. The building is now desolate, save for personal effects of the young children, telling a story of the pandemonium that ensued on the fateful Monday when the wall collapsed. But in the mix of all these, the county government of Homa Bay is quick to distance itself from the blame.
Should not be blamed the county government because we have so many things going down because of these rains. That whatever you did, we did a very good job, but it went down. I can assure you, we will work very closely with the Minister for Education. With money available anytime, we shall be able to do that work very quickly.
Hundreds of kilometers away, at Chebirir Primary School in Nandi County, ruins of what were once classrooms greet us. Started 20 years ago, the school is still struggling to host its pupils. And now the over 100 pupils have to make do with what is available.
You're watching KTN Prime. Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the day's business news, but this is what's coming up as part of it.